Back here at the Vic for game two, Carson-Newman and number 23, Lincoln Memorial. The Rail Splitters looking for a split after the game seemingly slipped away from Lincoln Memorial late. A 6-run six for Carson-Newman gets the win for the Eagles. It's Riley Sykes in the circle for Carson-Newman as we will get ready to roll here for game two from the Vic. It's Anna Kate Reister to lead things up. She slaps the first pitch right side to second. Dive scoops third to first. Well in time for out number one. One pitch, one out for Riley Sykes to start her afternoon. She comes in with a 6.09 ERA on the season. Now Kristen Griffin stands in with the bases empty and one away. It was Lincoln Memorial that scored first in the first game of the doubleheader. Carson obviously was able to rally and secure the win in that contest. The Sykes' first pitch is downstairs to Griffin, and it's 1 and no strike count. Sykes was excellent her last time out, 4 2/3 against Newberry. As the pitch is a called strike, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Griffin in the box, Bogoski on deck, and Reagan is in the hole for Lincoln Memorial after Reister grounds out to second. The 1-1 pitch home, an off-speed pitch that misses upstairs. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. It's Riley Sykes' 5th start of the year. Comes in after a performance against Newberry in which she dealt the next 4 2/3 of work. This pitch misses low and in. The count 3 balls and a strike. Base is empty for Griffin. The scoreless ball game here in the top half of the first. As a right-handed Sykes wheels and delivers a 3-1 pitch that's across the heart of the plate, and the count moves full. Beautiful day as the wind continues to gust a little bit, but other than that, clear skies here at the Vic for game two. Between Carson-Newman and LMU as a payoff pitch home. Griffin chops it high out towards second, gets past the glove of Dye, and it's going to be a base hit. It's a tough play for Hayden Dye. She tried to retreat on it and get a favorable bounce, but it's scooped by the Eagles' second baseman for a 1-out hit. Here's Hannah Bogoski with game's opening run standing on first. Again, LMU had that 2-run first inning, loaded the bases with nobody out, but was only able to get 2. And that kind of set the tone for the rest of the game, in which Sierra Rogers was able to tiptoe out of some tight spots. First pitch home to Bogoski is inside for ball one. To recap, Carson-Newman's 6-run six, paced by Brooklyn Lucero's 3-run home run that gave Carson-Newman the lead, and Sienna Cameron's RBI double, Hayden Dye's RBI single to cap off that scoring effort. The 1-0 home to Bogoski is inside ball 2. 33 in the third innings of work for Riley Sykes. Another Eagle that missed the entirety of 2024 due to injury, and she's been solid in her return to action. The 2-0 is a called strike, and the count moves 2-1. Jordan Reagan, who scored the first 2 runs of the game on her 2 RBI single against Carson-Newman in game 1, stands on deck. The 2-1, foul back, the count 2-2. Last year, Carson-Newman was able to take the opening game of the doubleheader, an 8-1 win, and Lincoln Memorial bounced back with a 6-5 Game 2 win. We'll see if that's the fate that awaits the Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters, who now are 1-2 in the South Atlantic Conference. 2-2 home from Sykes. Bogoski watches it well outside. And the count is full. Carson-Newman wrapping up a 6-game homestand. And 5-0 so far. As the next pitch misses inside ball 4. Not by much as Griffin trots to second. And Bogoski takes first with 1 away. So another first inning traffic on the base pass situation for Lincoln Memorial. First and second with 1 away. As Jordan Reagan will stand in. Righty toes the slab, fires home. This one's dribbled towards short. Martin goes to third with it for the out. As she gets the lead runner, Reagan races down to first. And she's in safely. But the second out, the force out of the bag, gets Griffin on the fielder's choice. Here's Hannah McMean with 2 away. Runner still on first and second as Sykes looks like for a scoreless first. This one roped right side off the glove of Dye. Rounding third, coming home is Griffin, and it's 1-0 Lincoln Memorial. Excuse me, that's Bogoski that comes in to score on a hard hit ball that ricocheted off the glove of Hayden Dye. And now runners on the corners with 2 away. It's going to be another hit for Lincoln Memorial. Hard hit ball off the bat of Hannah McMean. And Lincoln Memorial, for the second consecutive game, has opened the scoring. Reagan goes first to third for Nicole Couvatier as Sykes pulls the string on an off-speed pitch and gets Couvatier ahead of it for strike one. 1 run on 2 hits so far for Lincoln Memorial. Sykes leans and fires a 0-1 pitch. Couvatier chops it up the middle and it squeaks through for a base hit. Reagan scores from third. And for the second time in as many games, Lincoln Memorial leads 2-0 in the first. More 2-out hits for LMU as Couvatier squeaks one through the middle infield. Here's Alyssa Williams, the runner on first and 2 down. Right-handed Sykes twirls and fires the first pitch called strike across the heart of the plate, and the count is 0-1. Ryan Wilkes here with you on the Eagle Sports Network as Carson-Newman looks for a doubleheader sweep of Lincoln Memorial to move to 4-0 in sack play. As Sykes twirls, fires a 0-1 home. Good job by Warder to keep it in front of the ball on the turf. And the count is 1-1. A beautiful day here in Jefferson City for South Atlantic Conference softball. We'll check in on the South Atlantic Conference in just a few moments with a lot of action going on today. Next pitch is dribbled slowly right side to Dye. She takes care of it, and a throw to first is in time for out number 3. But Lincoln Memorial strikes first again here in the first inning of Game 2. It's 2-0 LMU after a half of an inning. The Eagles will come to the plate looking for an answer on the other side here on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back to the pick, the Eagles come to the plate in the bottom half of the first. It's Katie Foltz in the circle for Lincoln Memorial. Let's try and help LMU get at least one here in Jefferson City. It'll be Sienna Cameron to lead things off. She extended her hitting streak to 12 with a hit in game 1. As she slaps the first pitch high in the sky left side down the left field line. Griffin lays out, but she can't get there as it goes into foul ground. And Sienna Cameron gets another life at the plate. Cameron has been excellent for Carson-Newman this season. She's obviously started every game as Carson-Newman's true leadoff hitter. Senior of Alcoa, Tennessee. What in addition it is to have Sienna Cameron back to this Carson-Newman lineup. As the next pitch is on the outer edge, and quickly it's 0-2. Hayden Dye on deck. Macaulay Bailey's in the hole for the Eagles here in the home half of the first. The left-handed Fultz twirls and deals. Cameron slaps it deep to left. Griffin on her horse, and she pirouettes to make the grab near the warning track for out number 1. Cameron got a hold of that one. It was carrying to left, but an excellent job by Griffin to keep her footing, pirouette, and find the softball in the air for the first out. Here's Hayden Dye. She's continued what has been an excellent stretch at the plate for her. As she awaits the first offering, it's too low, and the count of ball and no strikes. 2-0 Lincoln Memorial in the bottom half of the second. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Splitters in the top half of the first as Dye takes upstairs. And the count is a ball and a strike. 2-0. As Fultz shakes off a couple signals from Reagan, now fires home the 2-0. Dye loops it down the right field line with foul balls. Count 2-1. Check in on a busy day in the South Atlantic Conference as conference play got started on March 1st, and the teams preparing for mostly the rest of the slate to be South Atlantic Conference matchups. There's a 2-1, rope to right, diving stab, and she can't make the play. Couvatier laid out in right, had it for a moment, but it snuck out of her glove, and it's a 1-out single for Hayden Dye. A frozen rope off the bat of Dye finds the turf as Macaulay Bailey stands in. Some updates around the conference on Orion. In 6 innings, takes care of Catawba. 9-1, Wingate sweeps Emory and Henry. Surprise there as Emory and Henry had been playing well. Wingate takes 2. Anderson leads Tusculum 3-0 as Bailey rips the first pitch through the left side, and it's back-to-back hits for the Eagles. Macaulay Bailey aboard. She moves Hayden Dye station to station, and the Eagles have the tying run aboard here in the first. Some surprising results in the conference today as Bogoski, who's behind the plate in this game, is going to go chat with Fultz. Wingate with a sweep over Emory and Henry, a bit of a surprise there. Tusculum, again, who's only had 1 loss this season, trails 3-0, bottom of the 4th at home against Anderson, so we'll keep an eye on that game. As Tusculum got the first game 5-0, Anderson looking for the split in Greenville. So now Santana Anderson will stand up as the go-ahead run here in the first, a tying run aboard, and Macaulay Bailey first pitch home, grounded right side and through. Dye rounds third. She'll come in to score as a throw from center field is cut off, and it's 2-1. 3 straight singles for Carson-Newman, cuts the deficit in half. And once again, the Eagles have made it 2-1 here in the bottom of the first. Bailey goes first to second as Brooklyn Lucero will stand in from the right side. She had one of the biggest swings of the game in Game 1, that 3-run home run that gave Carson-Newman the lead as she fouls the first pitch back, and it's 0-1. Another good response from the Eagles in their half of the first. Couldn't tie it in the first game. Only got 1 run in that first inning, but looking for more here certainly with runners on first and second and just 1 out. 0-1 pitch home. Misses, or it's called a strike, late call. The count is 0-2. Brooklyn Lucero, the Food City player of the game in Game 1, awaits a 0-2 pitch. It's high, and the count is 1-2. Lucero hitting .383 on the year. 23 hits and 60 tries. 20 RBIs with those 3 in game number 1. She awaits the 1-2. The pitch home is outside, and the count's 2-2. Anderson on first. She's the go-ahead runner. Macaulay Bailey, the tying run, is in scoring position on second. As a left-handed Fultz leans, fires a 2-2. Lucero lifts it to center. Going back, Reister, the track, the wall, and Brooklyn Lucero has left the yard for the second time today. Another 3-run home run, and it's 4-2 Carson-Newman. Brooklyn Lucero starting to hit her stride like she did in conference play last year. And she exits the Vic for the second time this afternoon. The wind, again, gusting just to center field just a little bit, not as much as it was in Game 1. That one was a no-doubt shot regardless of the wind, as Richie Richardson's going to come out and chat with his pitcher, Katie Foltz in the circle as Carson-Newman has answered in a big way here in the first. 4-2. Eagles lead on 3 straight singles and Brooklyn Lucero's 3-run home run to give Carson-Newman the advantage. While we have a second, let's check in on Carson-Newman baseball in Game 2. Didn't go the Eagles' way in Game 1 as the Eagles looking to take a series over the number 6 team in the country. Carson-Newman, newcomers to the Division II baseball poll, sitting at 25 after a week at 22. The Eagles lead 1-0 top of the 4th against Florida Southern. As the Eagles look for a hard-fought Game 2 win. The visit concludes, and Sierra Rogers will stand in with the bases empty and 1 away. First pitch home to Rogers, swing and a miss. Behind the fastball in the hand of Foltz, and the count is 0-1. So Carson-Newman, after Sienna Cameron flew out to left, the last 4 have reached for the Eagles as Rogers pokes the next pitch to shallow left. It's going to be the shortstop, Palmer, to take care of it for the second out. A little bit of an announcer's jinx there, talking about the last 4 Eagles that reached. Rogers accordingly retired for the second out of the inning. As Martin stands in from the right side, the lefty fires home. It's poked foul behind the plate, and the count 0-1. Nonetheless, if the inning ended here, it'd be a successful frame for Michael Graves' squad. 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 coming on Brooklyn Lucero's 3-run home run. As the lefty fires, Martin grounds it up the middle, knocked down by Williams, but no throw to first. As Palmer retrieves, and it'll be an infield single for Abby Martin. Good job by Williams to just keep that ball in the infield. It was hit pretty hard, and it looked like it was going to seed the right center gap. It might have been extra bases for Abby Martin. She's limited to just 1, but it's the 5th hit of the frame for Carson-Newman, and Kennedy Warder will stand in with 2 down. Lefty Foltz wheels and fires home to Warder. It's a little bit too low, and the count is a ball and no strikes. Lefty Foltz delivers home to Warder. Same spot, same result, a little bit too low out of the hand of Foltz, and the count 2 balls in, no strikes. Eagles looking to carry this momentum into 2 challenging road tests at Wingate and at Anderson next week as a 2-0 to Warder. Downstairs, Martin takes off. Throw down is skipped into the lap of Palmer, and Abby Martin steals a base. Martin into scoring position on her 7th stolen bag of the year. 3-0 to Kennedy Warder. Foltz shakes off a couple signs. Now rocks and fires a 3-0 pitch. It's on the outer edge for a called strike. Take all the way by Warder as the count moves 3-1. Another RBI opportunity for Carson-Newman here in the home half of the first. As Foltz rocks, fires a 3-1. Warder loops into shallow left. It'll drop for a base hit. Martin rounds third. She'll come in to score as McMean cuts off the throw, and it's 5-2 Carson-Newman. Kennedy Warder's first RBI hit of the day, and the Eagles have put up a 5 spot here in the first. A lefty slapper, Trinity Brooks, awaits the first pitch from the lefty Foltz, and it paints the outer edge for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Eagles have created some separation early in this contest off of Katie Foltz. 5 runs on 6 hits here in the bottom of the first. Next pitch to Brooks is off the plate, and the count evens at 1-1. Foltz in 2/3 of an inning, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, the 1 home run to Brooklyn Lucero. As Brooks takes upstairs, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Carson-Newman's 5th game in double-digit scoring with 11 runs there in Game 1, halfway to double digits here in Game 2. It's a 2-1 to Brooks. She slaps the left side and into the street that overlooks the Vic, and the count is 2-2. Top of the order awaits on deck. Sienna Cameron flew out to start the bottom of the first. It's a 2-2 home. Brooks swings and misses. Strike 3. Foltz gets the punch out to end the frame, but not before Carson-Newman gets 5 runs on 6 hits. As we head to the second, Carson-Newman leads 5-2 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball.
Back on the Eagles Sports Network, it's Carson-Newman 5, Lincoln Memorial 2. After an inning of play here at the Vic in Game 2, Carson-Newman has picked up where it left off. Scored 6 in the bottom half of the 6th to put that game away. Now 5 here in the first inning of offensive work after the break. And it's all Eagles so far. Lincoln Memorial looking for an answer here at the plate in the top half of the second. Williams will step in to lead things off for Lincoln Memorial. It's the first pitch home is a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Next pitch on the way from Riley Sykes, back out for her second inning of work, is fouled back. And the count 0-2. Another beautiful day here at the Vic for some Carson-Newman softball. Successful first game for the Eagles. Looking for another one here in Game 2. And it's a right-handed Sykes, leans and fires home. Just missed off the plate, and the count is 1-2. Sykes gets the call behind the dish, re-engages with the slab. And fires the next pitch home. It just misses outside, and the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases empty, nobody out here in Lincoln Memorial's half of the second. Sykes dips, fires home, fouled back. And the count remains 2-2. Williams leads off the frame for LMU before Gracie Palmer steps in, as well as Anna Kate Reister in the hole. The next 2-2, low and outside, ball 3. So Williams has worked her way back in the count after falling behind 0-2. Seen a couple pitches down low and fought a couple off. Sykes deals the payoff. It's looped into shallow left, but it's tailing foul. Riley Sykes has done a really good job again this year limiting the free passes. She's walked just 7 hitters, walked only 8 in 2023, the last time she saw action for the Eagles. That was top 10 in the nation at the time. She readies to deal the next payoff pitch. Rocks fires the next 3-2 home. It's fouled off again. Almost got a car, but went in between 2 of them up on the hill as the count remains 3-2. Good fight here for Williams. Seeing a handful of pitches out of the hand of Riley Sykes. The next 3-2 is up and in, ball 4. Really nice at bat from Williams. That puts her aboard first with nobody out for Gracie Palmer. Solid game for Palmer in Game 1. She homered, hit an RBI double. And now steps in with a runner on first and nobody out. Right-handed Sykes peeks at her wrist, gets the call from Kennedy Warder behind home plate, the first pitch home. at the top of the zone for a called strike. A 9-pitch at bat results in a Ryan Williams leadoff walk as Palmer will round out the first trip through the Lincoln Memorial starting nine. As Sykes deals a 0-1 pitch home to Palmer. She watches an off-speed pitch on the outer edge, but it just misses, and the count is 1-1. Top of the second, Carson-Newman's lead is 5-2 over Lincoln Memorial. Looking for its second consecutive sack sweep, its 8th consecutive win. There's a 1-1 pitch home, is swung on a miss, strike 2. Anna Kate Reister awaits on deck. Griffin in the hole for Lincoln Memorial, looking to overcome what Carson-Newman had to do in the first game, a 3-run deficit here in the second. There's a 1-2 home from Sykes. Palmer lifts it to right. Anderson on her horse, and she makes the basket grab. Williams tagging from first. She'll head for second and being in time. Looks like they're going to check at first. She did not leave early. It was tight, but Williams able to leave just in time as Anderson made the grab for the first out. But a productive out off the bat of Gracie Palmer. A deep fly out to right. And a runner in scoring position now for Lincoln Memorial. Anna Kate Reister led off the game. First pitch she saw, grounded it to second for the first out of the game. She stands in for the second time. First pitch from Riley Sykes popped high in the infield. Macaulay Bailey comes over from her spot at third and makes the play for out number 2. Anna Kate Reister has seen just 2 pitches in this ball game, and she's been retired on both of them. And she skies out to the left side and gives way to Kristen Griffin with 2 down. Memorial, but Riley Sykes looking for a scoreless second inning. The pitch home to Griffin downstairs, ball 1. And the count's a ball and no strikes. 5 runs on 6 hits for Carson-Newman. And just 2 runs on 3 hits for Lincoln Memorial here in the nightcap of the doubleheader. Griffin watches the next pitch at the top of the zone, but it just misses upstairs. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Sykes peeks at her wrist, ready to fire the 2-0 home. She rocks and delivers. Catches the bottom of the zone for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike with 2 away, a runner in scoring position for Lincoln Memorial, trailing 5-2 here in the top of the second inning. The 2-1 home to Griffin. Across the heart of the plate for strike 2. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Riley Sykes looks for a scoreless second to get the Carson-Newman offense back to work. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Riley Sykes strikes out Kristen Griffin and strands a runner in scoring position. And a scoreless top of the second for Sykes and the Eagle defense. We had the bottom half of the second. Carson-Newman looks to add to its lead on the other side here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network as Sienna Cameron pokes the first pitch through the left side for a base hit. Quick work for Cameron, who's now on a 13-game hitting streak, as she extends the tally with a leadoff single. Waiting for official ruling. It was a tight play on the left side. at shortstop by Gracie Palmer. But for now, we'll say it extends Sienna Cameron's hitting streak to 13. First pitch to Hayden Dye. She ropes it to right center. A base hit. Cameron rounds second. She'll head for third and stop right there. 2 pitches, 2 hits for Carson-Newman here in the second. A single for Dye. The official ruling to Sienna Cameron's been changed to a fielding error on the shortstop, so she's on third after reaching on an error, and then Hayden Dye moves her first to third. So for now, Sienna Cameron's hitting streak stays at 12 games. As Fultz has a conversation with Bogoski. Here's Macaulay Bailey with runners on first and third and nobody out. Bailey was a part of 3 straight singles leading up to the Brooklyn Lucero home run in the first. Looks like a change is going to be made. The Lincoln Memorial head coach Richie Richardson with the home plate umpire. Now Carson-Newman's dugout is going to get an explanation. Looks like a new arm likely set to come in for Lincoln Memorial. That'll end Katie Fultz's day. An inning of work, 8 hits, 5 earned runs as Carson-Newman jumps on the lefty early. We'll talk the new Lincoln Memorial arm on the other side as Carson-Newman leads 5-2. Looking for more here in the second on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Jasmine Kaler enters for Lincoln Memorial, deals the first pitch in the turf to Macaulay Bailey in the count of ball and no strikes. The Eagles looking for more here in the home half of the second. Runners on the corners and nobody out as Bailey pops the next pitch high into the infield. Williams off the first base bag to make the play for the first out. A big batter to retire as Kaler comes in and gets Macaulay Bailey on 2 pitches. And will face off with Santana Anderson. Anderson can start to her second game, an RBI single. It's the first pitch home from Kaler off speed. Anderson over the top of it. Count 0-1. 27 innings of work on the dot for Jasmine Kaler this year. 3.37 ERAs. The next pitch gets by the catcher, allows Dye to advance. Cameron stays put as Bogoski can't handle it. Now it's second and third. As count moves the ball on a strike on Santana Anderson. Kaler leans, deals the 1-1. Anderson over top of the off-speed again. The count 1-2. Kaler, similar to Patton in game 1, has that off-speed pitch that she'll go to every now and then. Went to it twice in this at-bat. As she deals the 1-2 home to Santana. She chops it foul. And the count remains 1-2. Big spot for Kaler, looking to keep this a 3-run game. It's been a good start to the inning for Carson-Newman. Cameron reached on an error. Dye singled. Bailey popped out. Now Kaler has Anderson in a 1-2 count. The next pitch home downstairs. Good block by Bogoski to hold Cameron at third. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The righty looks home. Toes the slab, leans, fires home the 2-2 to Santana Anderson. She crushed it dead center field. Santana Anderson has left the yard. It's the second 3-run home run of the game for Carson-Newman, and it's 8-2. Fourth bomb of the year for Anderson, and an absolute no-doubter. Anderson doubles up the lead for Carson-Newman. That now sits at 6. Her second RBI hit of the game. She's got 4 of Carson-Newman's 8. And the Eagles are cruising. Here's Brooklyn Lucero. She's had the other 3-run home run in this ballgame. 2 3-run home runs on the day for her. As Kaylor leans, fires upstairs. Ball 1 to Brooklyn Lucero. And the count, a ball and no strikes. Eagles lead by 6. Here in the bottom of the second, still only 1 out. As righty Kaylor leans, fires. Lucero pops it up high in the sky, but it'll go out of play. Ball and a strike to Brooklyn with the bases empty and 1 down. Sarah Rogers on deck. Abby Martin the hole for Carson-Newman. The 1-1 home from Kaylor. Lucero crushes it. Going back to the track, the wall, and you've got to be kidding me. Brooklyn Lucero, her 3rd home run in 2 games, her 2nd of the ball game, and it's 9-2. Back-to-back home runs for the Eagles, Anderson and Lucero, and it's 9-2 Carson-Newman. An unbelievable display of power from the Eagles here in this second game. 3rd home run of the contest, 2nd off the bat of Brooklyn Lucero. And the Eagles' lead is 7. First pitch home to Rogers is upstairs for ball 1. And the count of ball and no strikes. Carson-Newman 1 run away from approaching run rule territory in only the 2nd inning as the next pitch home to Rogers misses high. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. What an afternoon it's been for this Carson-Newman offense. 11 runs in game 1, already 9 here in game 2 as a 2-0 home to Rogers. She fouls it off. And the count 2-1. Kaylor looking to settle in a relief outing. As she rocks, fires a 2-1 home. It misses downstairs, ball 3. Eagles did what Lincoln Memorial couldn't do in game 1, and that was stack crooked numbers together. As the 3-1 home to Rogers is across the heart of the plate for a called strike, and the count moves full at 3-2. 9 runs on 9 hits for Carson-Newman. 4 runs on 3 hits just here in the second as Rogers pops a 3-2 right side. Williams off the first base bag will make the play for out number 2. Here's Abby Martin. She singled and came in to score on her first time at the plate. And she'll stand in from the right side. Bases empty, 2 away. First pitch home to Martin is a called strike, and the count is 0-1. 0-1 offering home to Kaylor. Martin loops it into right center. It'll drop in the gap. Gets off against the wall. Martin races to second, and she's in there with a 2-out stand-up double. Second hit of the day for Martin. A single and now a double. And she represents the run rule run and scoring position with 2 outs in the second. So the Eagles can make it an 8-run game if Martin's able to come in and score. There's a lot of time left for Lincoln Memorial to keep this game alive, obviously, but impressive that Carson-Newman's approaching double digits in just a second inning. Kennedy Warder 1-for-1 with an RBI single awaits the first offering from Kaylor, who rocks and fires to Warder, gets off the chest of Bogoski, and Martin glides into third base, And she's 1 base away from Carson-Newman's 10th run. Ball and no strikes to Warder. Kaylor leans, fires downstairs. Good Good job by Bogoski to keep it in front. As a count, 2 balls and no strikes to Kennedy Warder. Kaler shakes off a couple signals. Rocks fires a 2-0 to Warder. She chops it foul off her leg, and the count is 2-1. Eagles continue the excellence in the orange uniforms, now 11-0 after that Game 1 win over Lincoln Memorial. Here in Game 2, so far so good. Leading 9-2 with 5 runs in the first, 4 in the second. Warder gets the ball on the way through, gets it on the way back around, a foul ball as it hits twice off her bat and trickles into play, but obviously a foul ball off the bat of Kennedy Warder. Counts 2-2 with Martin on third. The Eagles leading 9-2. Kaler leans, fires home. Downstairs, ball 3. Good eye from Kennedy Warder to hold up on a pitch downstairs. Warder hitting .311 this season. 14 hits and 45 at-bats for the senior to Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Next pitch home, off-speed pitch. Breaks across the heart of the plate for a called strike 3. Kaler sets down Warder to end the frame, but back-to-back home runs from Santana Anderson and Brooklyn Lucero. And Carson-Newman puts up a 4 spot in the second. We head to the third. It's all Eagles, 9-2 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Back for the top of the third, Riley Sykes and the Carson-Newman defense look to keep the good times rolling at the Vic. Eagles lead 9-2 after 2. As Hannah Bogoski will look to start a rally for Lincoln Memorial as the first pitch breaks across the plate for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Everything seems to be going right for Carson-Newman in this contest, as Brooklyn Lucero and Santana Anderson go back-to-back with long balls as Bogoski dribbles the next pitch out to second. Die scoops, throws to first in time for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down for Riley Sykes and the CN defense. As Jordan Reagan stands in with 1 down. Sykes leans, fires home the first pitch. It's a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Riley Sykes has been solid through 2. Now 2 1/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. His next pitch home is downstairs. Count evens at 1-1. The Eagles need 1 run to get into that run rule territory that Carson-Newman has so frequently been in this season. 7 run rule victories for the Eagles, 1 against Newberry in the SAC opening doubleheader. The 1-1 home. Reagan dribbles it left side and foul. The count, a ball and 2 strikes. 44 pitches so far for Sykes. She looks to keep Lincoln Memorial off the board here in the third. Let our offense, who's been excellent in this ball game, 9 runs on 10 hits, get back to the plate. The 1-2 home to Reagan, downstairs. Count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away with the bases empty for Jordan Reagan, with Hannah McMean standing on deck. The 2-2. Corkscrewed right side. Lucero backhands, takes it herself to the bag for the second out. 2 up, 2 down for Sykes and the Eagle defense. As McMean stands in from the right side, looking to generate a little 2-out rally for Lincoln Memorial. Had success with 2 outs. Having success so far in this game, 2 of 4 with 2 outs in the frame. As Sykes leans, fires home to McMean. It's inside, backs her off the plate as a count, ball and no strikes. Sykes, the righty out of Powell, Tennessee, mentioned she missed all of 2024 due to injury. She's come back and played well for Michael Graves' crew this year. The 1-0 clips the bottom of the zone. The count evens in a ball and a strike. It was a complete game for Sierra Rogers in game 1. So far, Sykes allowing just 2 runs on 3 hits through 2 2/3. As she rocks and fires the 1-1. Inside corner, called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Riley Sykes looking for a 1-2-3. Top of the third to keep all the momentum with Carson-Newman in the game. Gets a call from Kennedy Warder, deals home. It's low and in. Ball 2. Nicole Couverture on deck. Alyssa Williams in the hole for the Lincoln Memorial offense. Sykes prepares to fire the 2-2 home. She wheels and deals. This one smoked to left center. Back to the track, and it's gone. Anna McMean leaves the yard. A big swing of the bat for Lincoln Memorial. And the Splitters are within 6. A solo shot for McMean. Still a 6-run lead for Carson-Newman, but an injection of momentum for the Rail Splitters. A 2-out solo blast to get on the board for the first time since the first inning. Nicole Couverture will step in. She'll step out and call time for the first offering from Riley Sykes. Righty rocks, fires home the first pitch to Couverture. It's a bit high in the count and ball and no strikes. Couverture hitting a .302 on the season, 13 hits and 43 at-bats, 9 RBIs on her season. It's right-handed Sykes, steals a 1-0 home. Off-speed pitch, breaks across the heart of the plate for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Bases empty after the Hannah McMean solo home run to get Lincoln Memorial back on the board. Righty fires the 1-1. Couverture rips it into left, and it's a base hit. Second 2-out hit in a row for Lincoln Memorial. And the Rail Splitters with another base runner. And still 2 away. Second hit of the afternoon for Couverture. First was an RBI single that made it 2-0. So Alyssa Williams will stand in with 2 away. Time called. Carson-Newman will have a chat with her pitcher. Here in the first, Michael Graves thinks he's going to make a change here after Riley Sykes deals the first 2 2/3. Have an idea of what Carson-Newman's going to do here, and exactly right. It's Lorelei Spradlin that's going to enter. We'll talk about the freshman on the other side as she looks for the final out of the third. Carson-Newman leads 9-3 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Lorelei Spradlin enters for Carson-Newman, takes over for Riley Sykes, trying to deal with Alyssa Williams with 2 away. The freshman of Blacksburg, Virginia, has had a solid start to her Carson-Newman career as a 1-0 pitch catches the heart of the plate for strike one. Spradlin, 41 and a third innings of work, a 5.42 ERA. She's SAC pitcher of the week. And February 25th is the next pitch, sky to shallow left. Trinity Brooks puts away the can of corn for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the third. Lincoln Memorial gets one on a solo home run, but that's it, as Carson-Newman will look to add to its 6-run lead on the other side here on the Eagle Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Back for the Eagles, half of the third. Lincoln Memorial does cut in the deficit, just barely. A 1-run top of the third on a solo home run from Nicole Couvetier. It was off the bat of Hannah McMean. Couvetier had a single to extend the inning, but Lorelei Spradlin comes in and retires Alyssa Williams on a shallow fly out to left. As Trinity Brooks will lead off the home half of the third against Jasmine Kaler. First pitch is downstairs for ball one. Checking in on Carson-Newman baseball, the Eagles lead 3-0, top of the 6th. Looking for a big series win against the Florida Southern Mocs. 1-0 to Brooks. She squares the bump, pulls back. A pitch that's outside and off the plate. This count moves 2 balls and no strikes. Kaler entered for Lincoln Memorial, took over for Foltz in the circle. As both starting pitchers have now exited, the 2-0 misses outside. Ball 3. To recap the starters lines, it's Riley Sykes that got the start for Carson-Newman. Dealt the first 2 2/3. Lorelei Spradlin got the last out of the third as a 3-out. Is off the plate, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for Trinity Brooks, and we'll head back to the top for Sienna Cameron. For Lincoln Memorial, it was Katie Foltz who got the start at inning. 7 hits, 6 earned runs. She struck out 1, and then Jasmine Kaler's tossed to second now here into the third. As Sienna Cameron steps in, she fouls the first pitch back, and it's 0-1. Mentioned that Sienna Cameron had extended her hitting streak to 13 games. Hasn't done so quite yet. The ruling changed to an error on the shortstop, so still looking for that knock to extend her hitting streak to 13 games. 0-1 pitch home. Off-speed pitch, clips the bottom of the zone for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Trinity Brooks on first after a leadoff walk. The 0-2. Cameron watches it down low. Ball 1. Sienna Cameron represents the run that would bring Carson-Newman back in run rule territory. Spot the Eagles have been familiar with this year, a handful of run rule wins early in 2025. The 1-2 home, downstairs and outside. The count evens at 2-2. Eagles started the season with 3 run rule wins, the first 3 games of the season. Then had a taste of its own medicine against Lee here at the Vic. A run rule loss, the only one of the year so far, is a 2-2. Cameron goes around. Strike 3. Cameron retired on a strikeout for Jasmine Kaler. That's her second. And there's one down. Again, the Eagles have constantly been able to run rule teams this season. As Hayden Dye stands in, first pitch is downstairs for ball 1. Dye has really been phenomenal in this recent stretch. She's 2 for 2 today. 458 now in the season for Dye. As the next pitch home. Misses. Down low. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Brooks on first. She worked a leadoff walk. Now Hayden Dye awaits a 2-0 from Jasmine Kaler. The righty leans and deals. Dye dribbles it right side to second. Williams scoops, throws to first in time for the second out. Nice job by Kaler to settle in here in the third. Despite allowing the leadoff walk, she's retired the next 2 Eagle hitters, the top 2 in the order. And now she'll face Macaulay Bailey with 2 down. Bailey stands in from the right side, prepares to face off with Jasmine Kaler. With 2 away, the righty dips, fires. Bailey fouls it back. And the count is 0-1. Brooks on second. She advanced on the ground out by Hayden Dye. Dye retired for the first time here in game 2. Now Bailey down 0-1 in the count. Kaler leans and fires. It's low. And the count's a ball and a strike. Again, Carson-Newman will head on the road for 2 doubleheaders at Wingate and at Anderson before coming home to face off with in-state rival Tusculum. The 1-1. Bailey skies it high to right. Underneath it, Nicole Couvatier, and she'll put it away for out number 3. Nice job by Jasmine Kaler. Walked Trinity Brooks to start the frame, but retired the next 3. And Carson-Newman scoreless for the first time here in game 2. Head to the top of the 4th. Eagles lead 9-3 right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back for the top of the 4th. Carson-Newman scored 9 of the first 11 runs. It was Lincoln Memorial who got out to a 2-0 lead. Carson-Newman scored the next 9. Lincoln Memorial got 1 in the top of the 3rd and held Carson-Newman scoreless in the bottom half. So solid stuff for Richie Richardson's squad here in the last inning and some change. Looking for more at the plate to try and cut further into this Carson-Newman lead. And it will start with Ryan Williams at the dish. Lorelei Spradlin, who entered for Riley Sykes, got the last out of the 3rd. Now settling in to pitch her first full inning. As we have a change. Abby Martin's now in center for the Eagles. The rest of the defense, or Addie Saunders is at second. Hayden Dye moves to short. Abby Martin into center for Carson-Newman. As the first pitch to Ryan Williams is a called strike, and the count is 0-1. You got all that, Kev? 0-1, the count to Ryan Williams as Spradlin delivers. Dribbled left side to Bailey. She knocks it down. Throw to first is not in time, and I believe it'll be scored. An error on Macaulay Bailey. That puts Ryan Williams aboard first. She's able to gather it, but not enough time to throw out the speedy Williams, who will race down the first baseline. As now it'll be Gracie Palmer to stand in from the right side with a runner on first and nobody out. First pitch home to Palmer is high for ball one. So assuming that Sienna Cameron does not re-enter the contest, which is certainly not a sure thing, she could, but if that's the end of her day, her streak will end at a 12-game hitting streak. And it's a 1-0. This is high to Palmer. 2 balls and no strikes. To the 9-hole hitting Palmer. The 2-0 from Spradlin. Up and away. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Gracie Palmer with Ryan Williams standing on first. Lincoln Memorial trails Carson-Newman 9-3 in the top half of the fourth, but a little bit of momentum brewing for the Rail Splitters. A 3-0 catches the outer edge, and the count is 3-1. One home. This is upstairs to Palmer. Ball 4. First and second for Lincoln Memorial with nobody out in the top half of the fourth inning. At the top of the order, Anna Kate Reister stepping in. Right-handed Spradlin rocks, delivers home to Reister. She's loops one in the shallow left. Trinity Brooks races in and makes the play for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for the leadoff hitting Anna Kate Reister. And she's 0 for 3 here in game 2. Here's Kirsten Griffin with runners on first and second and nobody out, or 1 down. Again, can't do it all with one swinging through the Rail Splitters. A good start to this fourth inning. Generate some action on the base pass. First pitch home to Griffin is a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Griffin, a .273 hitter. She's 1 for 2 here in game 2. 18 hits on the season, 66 at-bats. She's scored 12 RBIs. Has a chance to get another here. She dribbles the next pitch right side, foul to the right of the first base bag, and the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away for Lorelei Spradlin, the Carson-Newman defense. As the righty toes the slab, fires home to 0-2. Griffin swings and misses up high. Strike 3. Off-balance swing from Kirsten Griffin, and it's Lorelei Spradlin's first strikeout. More importantly, the second out of the frame. Anna Bogoski stands in now from the right side with 2 down. As Spradlin leans and fires, Bogoski fouls it off, and the count is 0-1. So after the first 2 reached in the inning, Lorelei Spradlin got a 1-pitch out off the bat of Anna Kate Reister, and now Griffin strikes out. Makes the job a little easier on Lorelei Spradlin. Rocks and fires a 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lorelei Spradlin looking to limit her, to keep Lincoln Memorial off the scoreboard here in the 4th. The 0-2 fouled off the right side, and the count remains 0-2. Bogoski behind on that fastball. Spradlin went right back to it. Tried to pump it past her bat for the 3rd out, but Bogoski able to foul it off and stay alive. The next 0-2 offering home. Just missed for ball 1. Didn't miss by much at all, as Bogoski fortunate to stay alive. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Lorelei Spradlin, and she strands runners on first and second. We had the home half of the 4th. Carson-Newman's lead remains 9-3 right here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Back for the home half of the fourth. Carson-Newman looks to add to its lead. It's 9-3 as Santana Anderson, 4 RBIs on the day, 2 for 2 efforts so far. Watches the first pitch down low the hand of Jasmine Kaler, and the count is ball and no strikes. Ryan Wilkes with you here on the Eagle Sports Network. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday afternoon as 1-0 to Anderson. It's downstairs again, ball 2. Pretty good day for an Eagle fan. Carson-Newman winning the first game 11-6, and so far so good in game 2 against number 23 Lincoln Memorial. A 2-0 to Anderson. She skies it high right side, giving Chase Couvetier in foul ground, and it will fall harmlessly out of play. So Anderson, a 3-run home run in her last at-bat. She gave way to Brooklyn Lucero, who homered for the second time in this game, third time of the day overall. As the 2-1 is skied right side. Couvetier again giving chase, but it's in foul ground. Anderson had a 2-homer day in Johnson City last time she homered, and today she's got back in the home run column. The next 2-2 is again roped right side, but foul. A limestone transfer, Santana Anderson has been an impact player for this Carson-Newman squad. She's hitting .370 with 27 hits and 73 at-bats. 17 RBIs for the junior from Fairmont, North Carolina. The next 2-2 misses off the plate, ball 3. Good at-bat here from Santana Anderson to start the home half of the fourth. As the count moves full. A right-handed Kaler. Rocks fires the payoff. Anderson grounds it right side. Williams knocks it down. Throw to first is in time. 4 out, number 1. Anderson retired for the first time here in game 2. And there's 1 down for Kaler in the Lincoln Memorial defense. Here's Brooklyn Lucero. Her and Anderson have been the dynamic duo here in this ball game. Both with 2 hits, both with 4 RBIs. Counting for 8 of the 9 Carson-Newman runs. Lucero right on cue, rips it through the left side. Another hit. Brooklyn Lucero, player of the game in game 1, making a case for the same recognition in game 2. And she pokes it through the left side, her 3rd hit of the contest. And she's aboard for Sierra Rogers. Kayla Rocks fires home the first pitch to Rogers. It's a called strike on the outer edge, and the count is 0-1. Nothing one offering home to Rogers is down low. Good block by Bogoski, who's done a really nice job behind the plate here in game 2. To keep pitches in front, not allow him to trickle back to the backstop. As a count, a ball and a strike. The offering home, Rogers rips it to right center. It's through for a base hit. Lucero rounds second. She'll head for third as Rogers pulls up at second with a 1-out double. 1 down for the Eagles. The run rule run is now in scoring position with Rogers on second. A chance for Carson-Newman to push this game into run rule territory with Abby Martin standing at the dish on the second consecutive hit from the Eagles. Second and third for Carson-Newman as Martin corkscrews the first pitch left side and foul ground. The count is 0-1. No balls and a strike. The Eagles 8-hole hitting Abby Martin. As right-handed Kaler gets the call behind the dish, deals a 0-1 pitch home to Martin. Off-speed pitch that misses low. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Carson-Newman looking to sweep Lincoln Memorial in a doubleheader. It hasn't done so since 2017 right here at the Vic as Martin loops the next pitch towards right. Couvatier snags it. Lucero thinks about tagging from third, but she'll stay put. And a big out number 2 for Jasmine Kaler in the Lincoln Memorial defense. Kennedy Warder will step in with 2 away. Eagles looking to avoid going down scoreless for the second consecutive frame, but 9 runs in the first 2 innings, creating enough breathing room so far for the Lady Eagles as the first pitch home to Warder. Rips it down the left field line, but foul. So again, if Lucero and Rogers come in to score, Carson-Newman will need 3 outs in the top of the 5th to secure yet another run rule victory. It's interesting because in the past few series, it's been the other way around. The first game has been the one that Carson-Newman has succeeded in run rule fashion. The second game's been much closer. Today, a little bit the opposite as Warder takes downstairs. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Talked to head coach Michael Graves about what it takes to get 2 consistent performances with the Eagles. Having a lot of success in game 1. Game 2s have been a little bit closer as the next pitch is low for ball 2 and the count 2-1. He just thinks it's his team's endurance that has improved throughout this season. He was showing it today in this doubleheader with Lincoln Memorial. 2-1 to Warder. She crushes it deep center. Going back, it's gone. Kennedy Warder leaves the yard, and it's 12-3. Warder's 3rd home run of the season. And the power is out and about in the nightcap at the Vic. 4th home run of the game for the Eagles, and this time it's Kennedy Warder with 2 outs in the 4th, and it's a 9-run ball game. Looks like Lincoln Memorial will make another change, a new arm entering the contest to try and stop the bleeding in the 4th. We'll see who it is on the other side. Eagles rolling over Lincoln Memorial. It's 12-3 in the 4th. We'll be right back here on the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is shopcneagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopcneagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopCNeagles.com.
Aslan Lupton into the circle for Lincoln Memorial, looking to stop the bleeding here in the 4th. 12-3 as Carson-Newman blasts another home run, the 4th of the contest, as Trinity Brooks takes low and outside for ball 1. What a display of power it's been this afternoon for Carson-Newman. 4 home runs here in game 2 as the Eagles have opened up a 9-run lead over Lincoln Memorial. Brooks slaps the next pitch left side and foul. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Eagles will need 3 outs defensively to close out a run rule win over Lincoln Memorial. As a pitch home to Brooks, chopped foul. And the count's 1-2. 4 home runs in this game, 3 home runs in game 1, 7 home runs on the day for this Carson-Newman offense that just is really hitting its stride here in the middle part of the season. A 1-2 home to Brooks. She swings and misses. Strike 3. Lupton gets the final out of the 4th, but Lincoln Memorial needs 2 to keep this thing alive. Carson-Newman looks to close it out on the other side here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through auto owner's insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owner's Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Back here at the Vic, the Eagles need 3 outs to close out a run rule victory over Lincoln Memorial on what has been a masterful offensive display from the Carson-Newman Eagles. 12-3, they scored 12 runs on 13 hits for Carson-Newman. Its 6th consecutive double-digit scoring effort. First pitch to Jordan Reagan is upstairs out of the hand of Lorelei Spradlin, and the count of ball and no strikes. 3-run home run for Kennedy Warder, the 4th home run of the game. It puts Carson-Newman in run rule territory in the 4th, and Spradlin and the Eagles need 3 outs as she deals next pitch upstairs for ball 2. And what a stretch it's been for the Eagles. 6 game in a row, double digits. 7 of their last 8 have been double-digit run scoring efforts as a 2-0 catches the top of the zone, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 fouled off the right side, and the count is 2-2. 7 home runs today give Carson-Newman 38 on the season. Came into the day 2nd in home runs in the country, and I'm sure with 7 today, Carson-Newman has stayed put or taken the lead in the country as the next pitch is upstairs, and it moves 3-2. Carson-Newman was just 2nd to Southern Wesleyan, who the Eagles swept earlier this year. The payoff home is upstairs ball 4, and a leadoff base runner for Lincoln Memorial. Reagan reaches for the 2nd time here in game 2 and will give way to Hannah McMean, who's homered in this ball game. Well, the totals remain the same for Southern Wesleyan today. After today, Carson-Newman will be the #1 home run hitting team in the country. We'll keep an eye on that. As pinch runner for Lincoln Memorial, it's Brianna Bair to come in and pinch run as Reagan will exit. McMean stands in. Lincoln Memorial needs at least 2. So McMean is the run that will keep it alive for Lincoln Memorial into the bottom half of the 5th if she's able to come in and score. Righty-righty matchup here between Spradlin and McMean as the right-hander Spradlin rocks, fires the first pitch home. It's up and in. Ball 1. A ball and no strikes. With the bases, or with a runner on first, the 1 out is high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes with McMean at the dish. Nicole Couverture on deck. Alyssa Williams in the hole for LMU. The 2-0. Paints the upper inside corner, and the count is 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to the 5-hitter, Hannah McMean, as she fouls the next pitch back, and the count is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases empty, or runner on first, nobody out for the Carson-Newman defense. Going to close this thing out in run rule fashion. 12 runs on 13 hits for Carson-Newman as a 2-2 home. Downstairs, gets away from Warder. She can't find it as Bear races to second. She'll stop there. And she's in scoring position for Lincoln Memorial. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes to McMean. Spradlin so far today, an inning and a third. She's walked 2, struck out 2. Facing her 8th batter of the afternoon. As righty spins the ball in her right hand, the payoff home. Inside corner called, strike 3. McMean buckled at the knees, and there's 1 away. Nicole Couvetier will stand in now with 1 down. Eagles need 2 to end this ball game. As Spradlin leans, fires the first pitch home. Slowing in for ball 1. Really nice day here at the Vic. There were some clouds overlooking the ballpark earlier today. Nothing threatening, just some wispy clouds in the backdrop. But now all blue skies and a successful afternoon for Carson-Newman. If the result stands and the Eagles are able to close it out, the 1-0 fouled off, and the count's 1-1. With the win, Carson-Newman would improve to 17-7, 4-0 in sack play. And it'd be the 8th win in a row for Carson-Newman. After starting 9-7, not a bad start, but there's more to be desired for this team, and the Eagles have certainly been trending in the right direction. The 1-1 is upstairs and outside, the count 2-1. Ever since that road loss, getting swept at Columbus State, the Eagle offense only generated 2 runs on that day. As a 2-1 pitch home is dribbled left side to short, dive scoops, throw to first, well in time for the second out. Lorelei Spradlin 1 out away from closing out a doubleheader sweep for Carson-Newman of her in-state rival, Lincoln Memorial. I'll bring in Alyssa Williams with 2 down as Spradlin leans and fires home. Check swing. She went around for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike with Bear standing on second. Williams is who needs to come across to keep this thing alive for Lincoln Memorial. They're 0-1. Grounded right side. Saunders scoops, feeds over to first, and that's how this one will end. Carson-Newman sweeps Lincoln Memorial. A comeback effort in Game 1, a wire-to-wire dominant 5-inning run rule victory in Game 2. What a showing from Carson-Newman. 22 runs between the 2 games, and the Eagles sweep the number 23 team in the country. Carson-Newman improves to 17-7, 4-0 in sack play. Tons of momentum heading into a challenging road trip. 2 at Wingate, 2 at Anderson, before returning home to take on in-state rival Tusculum on March 18th. That'll do it for our coverage here from the Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex. Carson-Newman dominant in 2 games over LMU. I'll talk to you next time here on the Eagle Sports Network.